Hi, my name is Nick Unkovic, and I'm going to be talking about my internship experience this past summer with HFF, a commercial real estate company in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Before I begin, I'm going to go through a brief overview of what I'll be talking about. First, I'll talk about the services that HFF provides to its clients. Then I'll go into an organizational overview of the company, and then finally into my internship experience, what I actually did, and then the lessons and key takeaways that I had from this summer. So to begin with, HFF provides two main services to its clients, the first of which is providing financing for commercial real estate projects, and the second of which is brokering investment sales of commercial real estate. In the first instance, HFF would act on behalf of an owner or an investor in commercial real estate, and they would help that individual find financing for their real estate projects by hooking them up with a bank or some sort of lender of funds. In the second case, HFF would represent the owner of commercial real estate and help them find a potential buyer for that real estate, broker, and close the deal. So HFF provides these services over 21 offices around the United States, mainly located in the biggest commercial real estate markets. It's actually headquartered in Pittsburgh and publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange, and it employs over 500 people. As far as the organizational functions of the company go, it has an accounting arm, human resources, marketing, and production. Now, the production arm is the largest in terms of employees, and it also is the only revenue-generating arm of the business. As far as positions within the production arm go, there are the producers, who are the people who go out and generate business through relationships that they have, and they also broker and close the deals that are going on. Furthermore, they maintain these same relationships for future and continued business for the company. And underneath the producers are the analysts who provide analysis and comprehensive overviews of the commercial real estate properties that the producers are dealing with. So they're the people who really provide the groundwork and the comprehensive analysis. And a common career path for these analysts is to eventually move up into a production role. So as far as my internship goes, I was specifically working with the analysts of HFF, and I would help them produce offering and financing memorandums, which would include all sorts of analysis on commercial real estate properties, including market analysis, especially financial analysis, and competitive and economic analysis, among many different things. So as far as my actual internship went, I didn't really have a formal orientation or training process, but I have to say that as far as my coursework goes, my finance classes definitely helped me the most as far as preparing for this internship, and I found that as far as looking at from a macro level at the macroeconomic conditions that would affect even the smaller markets and individual commercial real estate properties, I found that my classes helped me with that. But it also helped me looking at individual financial statements and companies to be able to figure out kind of and tell a story that what was going on in that individual project. At the beginning of my internship, I definitely was more on a task-by-task basis, where I would be given individual things to do by analysts, and I would complete the task and give it back to them, and they would kind of put that into their bigger picture things that they were working on. However, as I moved on through the summer, I found that I was working more and more on a big picture basis, where I would work with an analyst or even a producer on large deals, and I'd be able to track them and work on them from the beginning to the end. So I was able to see the bigger picture, and that definitely helped me to understand the business and understand what they do a lot more. I did get to work on one major project through my time at HFF, and without going into too much detail, it was a very unique consulting project that HFF was hired to work on, and so there wasn't any sort of set template or precedent for me to go off of, and so it was very interesting and allowed me to really develop my analytical and quantitative skills, and especially my modeling skills through Excel and different programs. So I definitely appreciated being able to work very closely on that project throughout my entire time there, and so I felt like I learned a lot from it. My original learning goals, whenever I went into my internship, not knowing what I was going to, exactly what I would be doing or anything, was first to expand my knowledge of the real estate industry, also to develop my quantitative and analytical skills, to establish relationships with real estate professionals, and finally to improve my professional and interpersonal skills. I feel that through my internship I definitely accomplished all four of these goals. The first two were accomplished through the through the work that I was actually doing, and that I was actually allowed to use my skills and really develop them through the work that I was doing. And the second two goals I feel like I accomplished through being able to work with experienced real estate professionals on a day-to-day basis and glean knowledge from them and really understand through their eyes what they were looking at. And so I was able to really develop those last two goals through actually working with these people. And I thought I'd go through and just talk about the highlights of the work environment that I found. The first is that it's very team-oriented at HFF, especially even across the offices. There's a lot of cooperation and coordination, and that's very, very rare to find in commercial real estate, which tends to be every man for himself. However, HFF operates in a way that really works for them, where they're team-oriented and work with each other a lot to accomplish a common goal. And also the ability to work closely with experienced real estate professionals, but also with young professionals who are in the same position that I will be in the next few years. Really, I felt like both of those groups of people complemented each other well and gave a great experience to me. And most of all, I just enjoyed seeing this synergetic and exciting environment of HFF, and I got to see why that it's one of the top real estate companies in the country.